for about an hour. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, YouTubers, stock Twitters, passerbys. I'm Bagging On at Stock Market Caddy, and we're going to give you a midday view on Friday. And if you have any questions, just feel free to put them in the chat function. We'll get this teed up and create a little awareness of what we're doing. And let me do just that here. Bear with me. Put a little note down here. Encourage you to be sure to visit our website to learn how let's say, we'll put it this way, how these decision making trading software tools can get on your desktop. More important than that, you also get an education with it too. And you're also welcome to call. And let me put that in here. You are welcome to call me, Bag It On, at 813-758-8263 any day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And that's on the weekend too. And Saturday mornings are a really good time for me because I'm almost always in the office on Saturday mornings. Susan is teaching her yoga classes on Saturday mornings, so it's a good time for me to get caught up. And so I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time on Fridays too. We'll put that in there. Did I get the right phone number? I do. So what are you looking at? You're looking at Swing Machine. And many of you who stop by are familiar with it. If you're not, feel free. Again, we're not trying to say that these tools are going to automatically vacuum up money. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. This is you might think of this as pilot school. learn how to trade. Learn how to trade robotically. Get the plane up and into the air, and then safely back to the airport. Hopefully. Let's look at Swing Machine. The VIX on a 5-minute interval, which is one of our more popular time frames, is gone along at 10:40 a.m. So it's kind of reacting. It's not leading today, but it's reacting to the market. Sometimes it does that. The 5-minute ES contract on Swing Machine went short 49 5-minute segments ago, or at 7:35 this morning. If you had this tool on your desktop, and if you took the short trade at 4158.25 with one mini contract, you are up $1,400 something. If you used a micro, you're up 140. If you use 10 minis, you're up 14 grand. So you can do the math. It's all scalable. Now, if you're reacting to the money, I don't know what you'd be up, but or where you would be. The NQ on a 5-minute, that went short at 6:10 this morning. There hasn't been along all morning. So if you've been trying to buy the futures, you probably, got a bloody nose. Almost 2 grand on one mini. The Dow YM 805, 1,000. The Russell at 10 a.m., 700. Gold doesn't like Fridays. Short, 11 a.m., $50. And then oil, 1050, 480. That's what Swing Machine has done. Now, we're also running this little program. We've been running this now for a week or more, SMC Shotgun. Now, what's different here today for SMC Shotgun, it's been optimized, and we're also running it with profit targets and stop losses. It's been running since midnight, and that's what it's done, 8:35. And we're going to let it continue to run. Now, best practices would be just to shut down and keep the money. There are 24 trading days in a month. You put together 20 days and you're making $500 to $1,000 a day. Your confidence level, your outlook is going to improve dramatically. So that's what Swing Machine has done. That's what the strategy has done. The question is, what have you done this morning? What have you done? What are you looking at? What are you listening to? What are you doing every day? A little something different? Are you just buying and selling red and green candles? Is it getting it done for you? If it is, keep doing it. But if it isn't, and you're not advancing, you need to advance and hold ground. Advance and hold ground. I'm not saying that you can't have a setback. I'm not saying that, you're not going to, even in a football game, you're going to lose some yardage, but you don't want any safeties. We don't want any negative outliers, right? We don't want the market to score on us. So I need to make sure that the machine stays up. I need to make sure that the machine continues to do what it's supposed to do. And I have a casual eye for the account value. I'm not that vested in each individual trade. Retail traders, Twitter traders, I hate to say this, I know this because we talk with many and work with many, they get vested on each individual trade. They have a huge emotional commitment every time they put one on because they get a vicarious thrill, they get and those emotions can be grinding. And they will get old. You can do it for a few weeks, you can do it for a few months, you can even do it for a few years. And you could find yourself getting to a point where you don't even want to put a trade on. And as a trader, that isn't a good thing. So would rather, don't let yourself get into that position. And you want to have some good trading skill, but you want to try to get to a mechanical robotic place as early as possible. And even in flying a plane, right? They take the plane up, and then in a fairly quick order, they get the machinery to take over the flight. Why not? Why not? Right? Sit back, have a cup of coffee, chat with the stewardess. I'm kidding. If you have any questions, let us know. We're going to let you watch. Hope you enjoy. And we can plug in any stock, any market, any interval. We love to show off the baby. So want us to, what does Swing Machine do on silver? What about Google? What about Tesla? What about this? What about that? Just, I don't want to guess at what you're interested in. Just let us know, and I'll gladly, happily plug it in. Enjoy. We're only going to be here for about probably no more than an hour. It's been a great week. I hope you had a great week, and we wanted to give you a glimpse. Okay, she just flipped, took a little trade there. That wasn't me. That was the machine. I don't know if you saw it. That little negative sign in front of the NQ. That means that the strategy is short, and and then it just gives you the range for each position. It's experiencing a little bit of a dry down, a little bit of a run up, $10 run up, $70 dry down. The minus sign in front means that the position is negative. It's just one NQ. It's just doing its thing. Now, Swing Machine is doing its thing. We like to have eyes on Swing Machine. There's so much that we can do with it. We can trade it in a trend. We can use it to count a trend. We can use it to trade in pairs. We can use it as a hedging tool. We can use it to trade stocks and options. It's really, it's as versatile as you might be. But there is, there is a skill set, and it takes time. In the beginning, everybody, just want to, buy something and see it go up and sell it. Um, there's other ways to trade. We also trade options. We trade options, and you can make money. You can make very good money trading options when a market isn't moving. It stays stuck in a range. You can do something called sell iron condors. I was just talking to one of our members, Chris, about that. We can do that sort of thing, and we have tools to help you find and select the best options. Excuse the pun, and you want to get the probabilities on your side. You just, it isn't these option traders and even futures traders, they're not, it may look random to you, but they're not. A person who is doing this day in and day out, they know what they're doing. And it may, look effortless, but they put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they're disciplined. So if you have any questions, let us know. Again, happy to plug in anything. Good afternoon, everyone. And on YouTube, we're letting you watch here. We're going to let you continue to watch. We'll continue to run this. This is actually the first time that Shotgun since midnight has had a draw. This is the first time it's gotten underneath, and it happens. So, but we're going to let it continue here. We'll keep a tight eye on it. Swing Machine is on this move, though, and it's been on it all morning. We look at 735. The ES turns down 1800, 610 this morning, 2300, 805, 1200, 10 a.m., 900, 11, 140, and 1050, 620. And we have the VIX responding in kind to this and getting long at 1040. Markets have been in a very, very tight range. Boy, it's is it one for the record books? It has been. I mean, the S&P is moving about 1% a day up and down, but it's just not going anywhere. We're just going sideways. The only people making money are traders, and we get out of it what we can. But it will break, and when it does break, we have the range over a 40-day period of about 200 points entirely, and we think that when it does break range, we'll get about a 200 point. And the upper end of the range is 4,200. The lower end of the range is about 4,070 or so thereabouts. So if you're bullish and you think we break out 4,200 and we go to 44, if we're bearish, which we are, we think we break to the downside. S&P gets to 3,800 anyways. We have been putting on puts on the NASDAQ. We think the NASDAQ represents um, the best opportunity for us, really, really extended. So we're going to let you watch, and we'll see if our little strategy can get us hopefully profitable again. If you have any questions, feel free. I'm sorry, you can post any questions you have in the chat. I'm going to be in and out here middle part of the day, and we'll try to observe the chat function. But we do see on the VIX what we classify as a false low, a fairly significant one on the daily. And so we think that VIX is coming up, not just intraday, but coming up on the daily and coming up soon. So that could be measured in a few days. So going into next week, boy, we're because if that VIX comes up, that means the volatility comes up, the fear, and the market is just, in our view, just much too complacent, and people in positions are going to get caught. And if we have enough puts on, enough insurance contracts on, we're going to be happy to sell them, those insurance contracts, won't we? Yep. So we'll see. We'll see if this is going to hold together. It's pretty gnarly right now. So, for weeks and on end here, the market just comes roaring right back and we finish up. But if the market is bearish, usually they don't want to go into the weekend long. If a market is bullish, usually they don't want to go into the weekend short. So it's always interesting on Fridays for me to see how the market wants to close and how they want to be positioned. This time of year, seasonally, and there is some seasonality to this, we're in May, and we start to think about sell in May and go away. And everyone's thinking about their vacations, and that's great. And so don't the money managers, and they're like, maybe we should keep or lock in our profits. So we'll see. Okay, I did not put that order in. The machine did. I'd like to take over the trading. I could, but I'm going to resist doing that, and we're going to let the machine play it out here. Swing Machine's doing a beautiful job here. Big trades, right? $2,000. You have a micro, that's 200. You got 10 minis, that's 20 grand. How about this one? NQ 610. One mini, 2,500. One micro, 250. 10 minis, 25 grand. 1,300, 900. Swing Machine is getting us in over the target. That's what it's doing. Strategy is just doing itself. It's profitable, so we're going to let it continue to do its thing. The beauty is that I don't have any emotional state. I don't, it's doing what it's doing. I'm not second guessing it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. We can trade Swing Machine as well, robotically. And there is a challenge to doing it. It would be maybe comparable to, letting a car drive you, so it'd be maybe a little uncomfortable at first, but still important to have some driving skill. Okay, the market has started to trend, and we had a bit of a counter trending strategy on here. So she's struggling a little bit, but we're going to leave it be. But let's just highlight Swing Machine, and we'll put this in red. We'll bracket, do some brackets. We have this trade here on the ES that went off at 735. That position is up $2,100 on a mini. A micro, you'd be up to 10. One mini, 2,100. 10 minis, 21,000. How about the NQ? 3,000 at 610. So if you've been trying to buy this market at all, not so good. Here is the YM, 1,400. This is one mini at 805. The Russell, 1,000. So let's just do some simple math. 2,000, 5,000, 6,500, $7,500 if you were trading one mini, $750 if you were trading a micro, 10 of them, you're looking at 75 grand. So it's all relative. And we have the VIX here trending up. So the market's getting very fearful. It's starting to react to itself. Now we'll keep an eye on this little strategy. We're going to let it keep moving, but I'm not going to let it do too much damage. And it isn't trading Swing Machine. It's doing something different. And it's still profitable. It's not here. It isn't. It's got an unrealized profit. We had the opportunity. We could have. We were up as much as $850 as of 10 o'clock. And we thought we would stay with it, during the lunch hour here. And we thought the chop would continue, and it didn't. So, but that's okay. We'll see if we can, if it can pull itself out, we might try to help it a little bit. If I do any scalping, I will let you know. Otherwise, we're just going to let it run its course. We're mechanical traders. We're robotic traders. We're trying to remove the emotion constantly from our day, from our trading. We don't want to be greedy. We don't want to be fearful. We just want to trade. We want to come in and get out and trade the liquidity and extract cash flow. If you want to learn more about who we are, what we're about, you're welcome to visit the website. If you want to learn, and have specific questions, how can I get these tools and more on your desktop? You're always welcome to call, and it can be even on a weekend. Now, we also trade options. We got some big fat options working, right? So we were loading up on the QQQs on put options for the last few days, and they're doing really, really nice. And we also have put options on the S&P. We also have put options on AMD. Those are looking really good. So where did we get those options from? We have another radar that's called the SMC, for Stock Market Caddy, Options Club Selector. It helps us pick the best options, and it also tells us what would be the best configuration. Defined risk options, from buying calls and buying puts to selling calls and selling, well, not naked, but selling credit risk, buying default risk, and even iron condors, that sort of thing. And by having that kind of mechanized approach, it helps us, we believe, we hope, right? And we do for our members, to help you develop a consistency. Not going to win on every single trade. It just isn't. It's not going to, that's not a realistic expectation. But we want to get in and on an opportunity and capitalize on it. That's kind of what we're about. So enjoy the show from Swing Machine. He's on it. And we'll keep a casual eye on this particular strategy. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you want us to punch up any kind of market, if you want us to put it into Swing Machine, whether it be Apple or Tesla or Google, and you want to tell us the interval that you're interested in, we're happy to try to plug it in if we see it, and kind of an acid test if you'd like. And it'll show you, how it would have been positioned at what price and what time, and can't do much more than that. It is what it is. And we're happy to do it. Let us know. Okay, YouTubers, we're going to have to wrap it up here for YouTube. But you're more than welcome. We're going to stay with the market the rest of the afternoon, and don't hesitate to give us a shout. I wish we could have finished, YouTube on a high note, but we have to get back to our members and our business.